When did you realize your deployment wasn't what the briefings promised? The briefing at Fort Bragg was intense. Captain Brennan stood in front of our company with satellite photos and tactical maps spread across the wall. Afghanistan, high threat area, direct combat operations expected. Gentlemen, you're deploying to one of the most dangerous regions in the country. Taliban activity is constant. You'll be conducting daily patrols, securing villages, engaging hostile forces. This is what you trained for. My squad was pumped. 6 months of preparation, advanced combat training, urban warfare drills. We were ready for action. Garrett, our squad leader, gave us the speech. Stay sharp, watch each other's backs, follow protocols. We're going into the real deal. Curtis and Wade packed extra ammunition. Nolan triple-checked his medical supplies. Pierce wrote letters home just in case. This was it. Real combat deployment. We landed at Bagram Air Base in July. Hot as hell. Dust everywhere. Helicopters flying overhead. Definitely felt like a war zone. Convoy took us to our forward operating base. Captain Brennan gathered us for our first mission briefing. Here we go. Time to hear about our first combat patrol. Alright, listen up. Your primary assignment for this deployment is accounting and inventory management for the supply depot. Dead silence. Someone coughed. I'm sorry, sir. What? Garrett asked. The previous unit left the supply records in complete chaos. $12 million worth of equipment unaccounted for. Your squad has been selected to audit and reorganize the entire depot. You'll be conducting daily inventory counts, updating the database, and reconciling discrepancies. We just stared at him. Curtis raised his hand slowly. Sir, we trained for combat operations, infantry tactics, close quarters battle. I understand that, but right now the Army needs you to count boxes. Orders came down from brigade. The Pentagon is demanding accountability for missing equipment. This is your mission. Wade looked like he might cry. So we're not going on patrols? Not leaving the base? Correct. You'll be working in the climate-controlled warehouse. 9 to 5 schedule. Weekends off unless we're behind on inventory. Nolan pulled out the goodbye letters he'd written to his family. Just crumpled them up right there. Our first day, they gave us clipboards and scanning guns. The warehouse was massive. Rows and rows of supplies. Boxes stacked to the ceiling. Everything from toilet paper to engine parts. Your goal is to scan every single item, verify it matches the computer system, and update the location codes, Lieutenant Quincy explained. Think of it like working at a very boring, very hot target. Pierce found a pallet of paper towels. I did 100 parachute jumps to prepare for this deployment. Now I'm counting paper towels. Week 2, we discovered why the inventory was such a mess. The previous unit had just made up numbers. Equipment that didn't exist was listed as present. Stuff that was there wasn't in the system at all. We found a helicopter engine that had been marked as 6 cases of energy drinks. Someone had logged an entire shipping container as 1 box of pens. The incompetence was almost impressive. Garrett started treating it like a video game. Alright team, today we're tackling aisle 7, the great toilet paper mystery. Intelligence suggests there are either 3,000 rolls or 3 rolls. Let's find out. The weirdness escalated. We discovered someone had ordered 400 left boots. No right boots, just left ones, all the same size. Curtis found a box labeled classified materials that contained 200 fidget spinners and a Hawaiian shirt. Wade uncovered an entire pallet of Christmas decorations shipped to a Muslim country in July. By month 3, we'd stopped caring about the combat deployment we'd expected. We were too busy solving the logistical nightmare we'd inherited. Found out some sergeant had been running a side business selling supplies on the black market. That's why the inventory didn't match. He'd been cooking the books for 2 years. Our dangerous combat deployment turned into a criminal investigation. We ended up testifying at a court-martial, providing evidence of theft and fraud. The sergeant got 5 years in military prison. We got commendation medals for uncovering the operation. Our citations read, for meritorious service in supply chain management and inventory control. Garrett framed his, hung it next to his combat infantry badge. Most important mission of my career. Defeated the enemy with spreadsheets and scanning guns. We never fired a single shot during that deployment, never left the base for anything except the dining hall. Most dangerous thing we encountered was a forklift with bad brakes. Back home, people thanked us for our service. Asked if we saw combat. Wanted to hear war stories. What could we say? Yeah, it was intense. Found a miscounted pallet of batteries that almost caused an international incident. Curtis started telling people he was in special operations. Can't talk about it. Classified supply chain stuff. Very hush-hush. Pierce actually got promoted ahead of other infantry guys. Turns out the Army really valued our inventory work. Saved them millions in missing equipment costs. Nolan used his deployment experience to get a logistics job after the Army. Makes 6 figures managing warehouse operations for Amazon. Me? I learned that military deployments are whatever the Army needs them to be.